Hi, my Disney friends. This is Vicky with Vicky's Tigger Tales. The video I wanted to do for you guys today is all about doing some trip hacks, something that's going to help you enjoy your vacation a little bit more. I was a Disney travel agent for a number of years and learned a few things, and I wanted to go ahead and share some of that stuff with you because some of the things I think we kind of forget about or um, just maybe even don't even know about. So I'm gonna forgive me. I have some notes I'll be referring to, so I will be reading off of those. But some of them were kind of, things that are really fun to remember. So the first thing, we all know Disney trips are pretty pricey. So if you can get a deal, I know that Costco Travel is really good for that. AAA has some pretty good deals, but if you're not members, you can go and just search the deals. You want to make sure that you're booking with a reputable company or reputable person that you're buying tickets from, because there are those people that are out there that are not on the up and up, and you don't want to get to the line and scan the paper that you had purchased your tickets from, spending that much money for, and to find out that they're not valid. So that's the very first thing. Please remember that. So make sure that you're booking with someone or buying those tickets from someone that's reputable. Um, Check for special offers. Sometimes you'll find special offers off of the Disney website. You can always contact them and see if that offer applies to your specific dates. And if that does, then they'll apply that offer to your dates, and you might be able to save a little bit of money by doing that. Um, what I have heard is a really great idea, and I'm going to start doing that myself. My husband and I like to go at least once a year. We try to do it as often as we can. I'm planning on doing a lot more. But buying Disney gift cards throughout the year, you can use them in the parks. You can use them to book your Disney stays at some hotels, especially if you're staying at a good neighbor. For Disneyland, there's good neighbor hotels, but there you would have to book through the Disney site itself, or if you're booking on property. You can also use them for meals, and you can also use them for souvenirs. So that's always kind of a good thing. You can also get them, from Target if you have a Target card, for a percentage off. So I think it's 5% if I remember right. If you use your Target card and buy the Disney gift cards, you can get a $100 gift card for 95. So you're saving a little amount of money there. One of the things that I think is important is, okay, so weather changes around there all the time. Bring your ponchos, bring your umbrella, but you don't have to buy them in the park. And I really suggest not doing that, because some of the ponchos were really expensive there. I got mine at a dollar store for $1, and they were just as good as the ones that you could buy over at Disneyland for like 10. So buy those things ahead of time. I suggest always layering. So find little things that you can pack in your park bag. And I do have a packing my park bag video. I'll link that down below. That you can just kind of keep with you. If the weather changes, then you'll be prepared. My home park is Disneyland, so if we're in Arizona, we're super close to. I think we're like 5 or 6 hours away. So check online. You can see on some of the weather channels, they'll go with like a 10-day forecast. You can find out what the weather is going to be like and prepare ahead of time, so you know what kind of weather you're going to be dealing with. If you're able, and if you know someone and you're going with someone, find someone that has an annual park pass. That's going to save you some money. They can actually pay for the merchandise, the food, at a discount, and then you can, figure it out between them amongst yourselves, what you would owe that person, but they can pay for that stuff, get it at a discount for you. So that's another thing that you can do to kind of save money. Just so you know, let's see here. Kids under 3 can eat off your parents' plate, and they don't need a park ticket. So kids under 3 years old don't need a park ticket, and they can eat off their parents' plate. So that saves you, especially if you have a couple, little kids going with you, saves you some money right there, not having to order for them. Souvenirs, very expensive at the park. We do occasionally buy a few things here and there, but actually, since I've kind of found a couple of the outlet stores here, and on the way back and forth from Disneyland, you can purchase your souvenirs before you go or even after you come back. There's one that's not too far away from where, like, it's on the way home, that we'll stop at and pick up some of the souvenirs that I may have not been able to buy in the park at the time, and still have that like the buying a souvenir kind of like want or need fulfilled, which is kind of cool. You can get at a discount and you can get a lot more stuff too. So the parades, when they come around and they have all those glow sticks and the things that twirl around, all that stuff, you can get that at the dollar store and bring it with you, especially if you have little kids. You have the little necklaces, they have bracelets, they have, just pop them open, you've got a glow stick for that parade, and you're not spending a ton of money on those ones that they may break. So, oh, and by the way, if you do buy a souvenir in the park, keep your receipt, because if it does break, they will replace it. Keep that in mind. I didn't know that at first. Make sure that you keep your receipt though, because if you don't, then things to go ahead and kind of think about ahead of time, especially if you're traveling with little kids. And especially if you're having to fly to reach your destination, you're not going to want to pack a whole bunch of stuff. You can actually order those things on Amazon, or wherever you shop from, and send them ahead of time. You can send them to the resort that you're actually going to be staying at. You're going to say, let's see here. It says you can order up to 2 weeks ahead of time. You put it in care of the name of the resort, to hold for guest, and then your name, arriving on, and you'll want your date. So know that that's a possibility, because if you've got, like, say, you've got to bring a stroller or a couple, you can order those, send them to your room, they'll hold them at guest services for you, and then you'll pick them up when you check in. And then this, especially if you're getting like a stroller, what's really kind of cool is I've heard that some people will actually order the stroller, use it while they're in the parks, and then instead of taking it back home with them, they'll gift it to someone that needs one as well, which I thought was a really cool idea. Especially, you're not going to be taking it home. You can't put it, in your luggage. Just gift it to somebody else, especially if they've got little kids. It's kind of a cool way to pay it forward. A ride hack. One that I have not used myself, and I'll let you know because we're going to be leaving here in, let's see, today's Monday. We are leaving in 6 days. Is to go to the very back of the park and work your way forward, and ride all the rides, because people are going to go to specific ones. You're going to go to Space Mountain, you're going to go to Big Thunder, you're going to go to Star Wars Land, Rise of the Resist, or not Rise, Smuggler's Run, all those different ones. If you start from the back, and you don't get the fast passes for the ones that you want, of course. But then once you've got them, go to the back until you need to kill some time, and then work your way forward. Take photos of your hard tickets if you're going to Walt Disney World or Florida, any of that. Your Magic Band. Take photos of your Magic Band as well. If you lose them, you have that information. So that's very important. Character meet and greets. So for character meet and greet, sometimes those lines are really long to get a meet and greet, get a photo, that kind of stuff. What we need to remember is that the cast members that are in costume, or that are in costumes that have like a headpiece, can only be in those costumes for 20 minutes. So if you see the line is long, go up to the cast member that's actually with that character and ask them when their break is going to be. If it is going to be within the next few minutes, you're not going to want to stand in line if they're going to be leaving, because then you gotta wait, you gotta come back, and so on. So always ask the cast member that's with them when is their break. Have a plan. Go with a plan. You don't have to have a stringent plan, like a schedule for every minute of the day. Just have your top 3 different rides. Say, for instance, like you want to do Space Mountain, you want to do Tower of Terror, or I'm sorry, Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain. Let's do the Mountain Challenge. Um, Let me know if you want a video on that. We are going in 6 days. That could be a possibility. Um, you want to get those fast passes, but then try to plan out your day. So you've got, let's say, Space Mountain at 8 o'clock in the morning. What's around there? Maybe the next fast pass you don't get until 10. You've got an hour or so to go ahead and kill during that time period. So what's around that area? Did you have breakfast? Like, write down kind of what your plan might be. Leave things open for things that change, because it's always going to change, but have some kind of plan, some kind of idea what you want to get done. And then screenshot those plans and use that. When you screenshot the plan, make that your home, like your home picture, instead of having, so when you first bring up your phone, that's the first thing you see. So that I will start doing this year too, because I've not done that in the past, and I've heard that really works. Disneyland app, you want that for your phone. It has wait times. It has an itinerary. You can do your fast passes on it if you've got a max pass, and you do have, you can do your fast passes through the app if you've got that added to your ticket. It shows you where all the characters are located. It shows you what else? Map of the park itself. It shows you where all of the shops and restaurants are. You can mobile order. It's a fun app to be able to have. And then I've also downloaded Disney Play. That's another app. And that's more for when you're in line, say you're in a queue for a really long time, you can actually pull that app up, and it has like different trivia that you can play while you're waiting for the line to move, that kind of stuff. So always a fun little thing to add to your experience. So in both of the parks, Disneyland and Walt Disney World, on Main Street, all the shops are connected. You can walk through all of them. So if you want to have a shopping experience and that's what you're going for, they're all connected. You can walk through there. It's really important too, if it's like, if there's weather and it's raining or really windy or kind of cold or chilly or whatever the case may be, you can walk through those shops. They're warm and they're dry, and you can spend some time there without having to weather the storm, so to speak. The second parade of the show, I've always heard to go to the second parade of the show, or the parade of the day, because the first, for instance, is going to be really popular. It might be a really good ride time to go ahead and get some of those ones that might die down a little bit, because everyone's going to trying to get over to the parade to watch that. I'll let you know if that works for us. I've heard too, in California Adventure, asked to be on the first row of Soarin'. That I've not done yet. I actually have not done Soarin' at all yet. So I'm really excited to try to get that in this year, and I will let you know what our experience is like when we come back. Let's see here. Oh, for food, anyone can order a kid's meal, just so you know. If you're not a big eater, my husband and I like to share. Some of the portions over in some of the Disney places are really big. We like to go to the Pizza Planet, or the Pizza Depot, and their portions are huge. Like, we can share. And and that'll also save you some money, which really works. But if you guys want something different, you can always order a kids meal if it kind of gets what what you're craving. For character breakfasts, that kind of stuff, to save a little money, do the breakfast instead of a lunch or dinner. It is a little bit less expensive. So and that's another hack that I learned a while ago. We had gone probably, I believe it was our first anniversary, so it was almost 9 years ago. And we did the breakfast, and the same characters were out. It was fantastic. It was a little bit less expensive than lunch or dinner, and we had the same experience that we wanted, which was awesome. I got to meet Tigger there. It was great. He gave me a picture with me, and I almost cried. So it was fun. And then water. I talked about this when the packing your park bag. Again, like I said, I'll go ahead and link it down below. But we carry a water bottle with us. There is different places that you can get water instead of buying the bottled water at the counter service locations. So you can fill up for free. There's plenty of water fountains around the entire park that you can do fill up for free as well. So just keep that in mind. So if you bring a bottle with you, there's you can get the water from there or from any of the quick service counter services. So that is all I have for now. I will be doing a how to budget for your Disney trip. Let me know down below in the comments if you want to see that. Some more of those tips and tricks that are how we save for ours so we are able to go every year, and hopefully more than once a year. We like to go a couple of times, and sometimes that doesn't happen. We do have family vacations that we do need to take as well during the year that are to other places that are not Disney related. So we do save for that as well. But this year, my want and hopefully goal is to also going down during Halloween. Never have been before. So yeah, that's a bucket list right now. So I hope you enjoyed some of these tips and tricks. If you've got any that you know of that are things to remember, or you think that should be something that needed to be added, definitely put a comment down below. I always like to hear how you guys, what little hacks you guys have, as well as any tips and tricks for you and how you save for your Disney trip. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and comment. I love reading the comments and seeing what you guys have to say. And till next time, TTFN.